Welcome back for another round of gaming news. Of course, we've got some of the very best new releases to talk about, and also some very exciting titles that have just been announced.
I've got nothing to add to that. I'm just excited to talk about video games, so let's get to it right now on Gaming News Weekly. What's up, everybody? It's time for another episode of Gaming News Weekly, the best weekly video game news show out there. Every single Monday, we're bringing you all the biggest news from the video game industry. You can find us on YouTube and podcast services everywhere. My name is Erector Red. As always, I'm joined by this man right here, full clip. What's going on, dude? How are you?
How's it going? Doing pretty good. All rested up because we didn't have a show last week, and that's on me and my internet being completely out. And I can tell you they weren't making it any better, whatever they were doing for like 3 days on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're still struggling today because of it, and I've not been able to play Battlefield 6, which has kind of been aggravating. But you know what good comes out of it is that I have to then rely on some kind of single-player experience. Okay. And I've had this game installed for a while that I've picked it up in one of those humble bundles that I forgot to cancel that month, but
yeah,
I wasn't really mad about that because there's a few games on there. So Havendock, this was on the ocean colony builder game, resource management, and I played about 24 hours of it so far.
Damn.
I was playing it almost right up until the beginning of the show. Yeah, I've been having a good time with it, and circumstantially, I got on Epic Games to get this week's free games. This is actually going to be a free game on there next week. So,
that's cool.
Take this as my review for the Epic Games free game of next week. It's definitely 2 thumbs up from me.
Yeah, I'm looking at video of it right now, and it looks right up your alley. I like the gimmick of it being on the water and stuff. That's pretty cool. Yeah. And extra exploration with the submarines and stuff. That looks it looks like a lot of fun. I can't believe you already dropped 20 some hours in this. That's great. I got this one too, and I don't know if it's my style of game, but based on your glowing review, I might have to check it out.
I'll tell you. It's worth trying because you might get in there and you might find yourself a little bit addicted to it because I'm feeling that. 24 hours in, I have half of the achievements. I think another 5 to 10 hours and I can just knock that list completely out. And I actually have the drive to do it right now, so that might actually happen.
Nice. Well, report back. Let us know if you get another 100%. I know, this is at the end of the year. Whichever one of us gets the most 100% games gets a new car. I think that's what the deal was, right? I think it was.
Yes, it's like a Eastern European car they don't make anymore from the 1980s, but
it's new to us.
New to us.
Okay, I'm excited. So yeah, we were off last week because of the windstorm, the internet. It was a whole shit show. But I have been playing a bunch of really enjoyable games. We'll get these out of the way right now. Overwatch, still investing way too much time into that game. Slay the Spire 2, ton of time in that. But the new games that we haven't talked about yet. First up, we got to talk about simulator games. And one of the simulator games that I got into this week, Retro Rewind Video Store Simulator. Have you seen anything about this?
Okay. Yes. I saw it advertised on Steam. It's like top 20 on Steam or something like that.
Oh, is it? Okay. So I was going back to, there's also a game called Rewind 99, which is another video store simulator set in the 90s. And it's that one kind of...
Maybe I'm getting confused then. What's the one you said in the first place?
Retro Rewind. It might have been that. I don't know which one. This one it has a higher review score. Retro Rewind is overwhelmingly positive, 95%, 1,500 reviews. The Rewind 99, I was initially drawn to more because that one, it's got more of a Schedule 1 kind of vibe, but that one's only at an
Yeah.
86%. But like, it's weird. It's got co-op. So it's got the Rewind has 4-player co-op. So it looks more like one of those, AI slot style games. Whereas the Retro Rewind is basically just video store simulator. You got to get new tapes in, and run the store. You could get employees, slushy machines, all this shit. But man, for somebody who, us old heads who remember going to a Blockbuster video, renting VHS tapes, I don't want to group you in. You're still much younger than I am, so I'm not going to automatically group you into that. But I think you at least remember VHS tapes, right?
Oh no, I was there. I was
Yeah.
renting Super Nintendo games. They rented me Silent Scope like 3 times, and I just never found out that I actually needed the scope controller thing to make it work.
Yes, perfect. But this definitely captures that feel of that classic VHS store. You get in trouble. You could find them if they don't rewind the tape or whatever. And the way they do it, I wasn't sure if it was AI or not, because there's tons of movie titles. So you could have all these movies on your shelf, and it's all like the most random things, like licked my iron toe, or the mummy in the cup. And it's like weird, but so I had to look up if it's generative AI, but no, they basically have like all these items in this basically like random generator thing, and then like all the movie titles are like My Uncle from Next Door, and just absurd things, but they're really funny. There's adult movies. They're like I Love My Teacher. Like, it's just weird,
Okay.
weird stuff, but like it works. It works really well, actually. So every time you go up a level, you unlock. Like, I just unlocked sci-fi, and then you can start getting sci-fi tapes in. There's horror, like I said, adult, and then there's different things. Like, there's a slushy machine, a popcorn machine, so you could do that in addition. And then as you level up, you get unlock more things, employees, that sort of stuff. And man, it's just a very, very, very well made simulator game. There is a little bit of that. Now, there's no jank. Like, I haven't come across anything where something fell through the floor, or like I'm trying to set something down. It's very flawless in terms of that. No bugs that I've seen, but like, it's repetitive. So every day you're doing the same thing. You're cashing people out over and over again. You're taking in the movies. You're putting them on the shelf. So I am looking forward to when I do get more employees and can just cut through some of that repetition. But I love it. Like, I love movies. I love that era, and I love simulator games, so I'm having a blast with it.
For sure. I need to look into this one because I think the one that I saw
to anybody
advertised on Steam was the 99. And one, like you said,
Okay.
it has some vibes of Schedule 1. I definitely saw that, and I kind of that was a turnoff because I'm thinking, like, I don't want to play the same game over again with a different skin on it.
Right.
But I did see that, like, they had like a product mixing thing, like sort of you can do the product mixing of the different drug types in Schedule 1. You could do that in the Rewind 99 to make like new movies to go on the shelf. I think that's how it was working anyway, which that looked pretty cool. But I'm going to have to look into both, and maybe I didn't know about Retro
cool.
Rewind, so maybe I'll go with that.
Yeah, and it's about, I think the Rewind 99 is about half the price. I think that one's right now on sale now for like $9. Rewind 99 is $9. Retro Rewind, I think I got on sale right now for $15. So still, they're not breaking the bank. But definitely a lot of fun. Yeah, the Rewind 99, that does have drugs in it. Like, I think you could grow drugs too randomly. So it's weird. I don't know. But
okay.
Yeah.
If I know we're on a delay, so it's going to be hard to piece everything together, but I'll just go on one real quick aside there. The influence of Schedule 1 is going beyond like where it should, I think, because even in like Water Park Simulator, I'm reading the upcoming changelog notes or whatever, and the guy's talking about like, well, we're going to get the cartel involved. You're going to battle the cartel for your water park. I don't know why.
Oh man, that's great though. Water Park Simulator is still the best, because there are times where I'm playing this video store one and like people are annoying me and I just want to be able to punch them, and the only game that I played I could do that is Water Park Simulator.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to punch some cartel. That's pretty great. So I'm gonna have to get back in there. Um, Another game I want to talk about. I got two more that I want to talk about that it's so you know how like sometimes there's a couple weeks where like you have nothing to play, and sometimes like you're enjoying immensely everything that you're playing. This is one of
Yeah.
those weeks where like I'm having so much fun with gaming. And one of the reasons is this game called Barda, Barda, that is currently just in early access. It's a very indie title that I got a review copy of just because it says it's a roguelike deck builder. So, it's my favorite genre. I basically like collect them. So I tried it, and this has deck builder vibes as well as like you ever play those games where it's like like backpack management or storage management where like
Hmm.
things fit in different ways? It's like that. So you have this
Yeah.
backpack, you can only carry a certain amount of things, whatever fits in the bag. And basically you're traveling through, you're climbing this mountain, and anything that's in your bag you have to use to go through the next area, whether it's in where you're fighting something or you're climbing. You have tools that make your climb easier, and then it's like a dice roll. So whatever the equipment you have makes your dice rolls easier. And if you like lose a dice roll, your stuff gets damaged, or you get fearful, or you get sick, or you get hungry. You have to like find food and eat food, because as you get more hungry, your stomach grows in there and it takes up more room in your bag. Like the design of this game is so well done, and then on top of that, it looks gorgeous because it's like this watercolor like painting. Um, it is like such a surprise game. Like I played through it once and it was like, oh, that's all we have. This is just the early access. And it's fairly simple for like a roguelike. You're able to get through it. And then I just wanted more. I was like, oh, they got to make more. But now they have like, it unlocks like a weekly test or mission or whatever they call it. So
Hmm.
there is more, but still, like, I just want more. This is, I don't even know how much it is. I think it's like $6 to $8 on Steam currently. And there's very few reviews. No one's playing it. But I think like anybody that like is a fan of, you know, um, deck builders. Yeah, it's 809 right now. Um, or like inventory management games. I think it's a very well made game. And I think once it comes out of early access, hopefully they're going to flesh it out and it's just going to be, that much better. So,
Yeah.
this one is another one where like, I just keep playing it because there's tons of items that you could find too. And they're all like different and they're all weird. Yeah, it's a blast. Highly recommend that one. And then last up, uh, Homura Hime, which is it's like an anime hack and slash kind of game. Reminds me a lot of like like the fighting is kind of like Devil May Cry, Bayonetta style, like very stylish like fighting, but it's got parries like Sekiro. Um, and it's just this beautiful, like if you're into like that anime like style, it's very much that. This one, so I'm having a ton of fun with it, and I want to keep playing and progressing because it's just really scratching that itch of a good hack and slash game. But
Yeah.
there are some very terrible optimization issues with this that really hinders my enjoyability of this game. Like I want to love it, but there are times in a fight, in a battle, where the game like it chugs down to like nothing and then it just stops. It just freezes. And then I have to wait. I just wait like 10 seconds and then it starts going again. I'm like, oh. And they're aware of it. The
So this is on
developers have
Steam
put
Deck.
yeah, well, yes, mostly on the Steam Deck. And they're aware, like it's verified on the no, it's playable on the Steam Deck. But the developers even put out a comment. They're like, listen, we know there's issues here. We're working on the optimization. Even on like PC, people in the Steam reviews have complained about how the optimization is not great. So, and like I've been watching like the updates, all the bug fixes, and every single week there's optimization being done, and it is getting better. And I'm hoping for the time where it does get that Steam Deck verified, fully optimized, where I could run it real well, because it is a lot of fun. If you're into like anime stuff, if you're into hack and slash games, action adventure games, this game it's it's really, really well made. The character designs are cool. The story is cool. It's about like exorcists and demons. Man, it's a lot of fun. So I keep every couple days I'm like watching the patch notes and seeing like, is it, should I jump back in? And I do play it here and there, but I do get frustrated when it does kind of shit the bed, and so hopefully soon that will be fixed.
Yeah.
But
What got you into that game?
that was another one where I saw it being offered as a review copy, and I was like, this looks great. I want to try it. I requested it. I was surprised that they offered me a copy, and and I've just been waiting for it to be more optimized to really come back and mention it on the show, because I don't want to shit on it, because I'm having a great time with it, but like I just kept waiting. I was like, I want to play more, but I don't want to go in and be like, this is unplayable, so it's getting better, and I really want it to get even more better. But yeah, it's great, because I love, like, dude, like I was a huge fan of like Devil May Cry. Bayonetta is still one of my like favorite games that I've played on my Switch. So it's right up my alley, and I'm not usually into like anime style stuff, but this is just the gameplay. I was sold on it completely. So yeah, I do want to say one more thing before we move on. We got a new addition to our household. Technically, my son got a Nintendo Switch 2 for his birthday. We bought it for him, but he's not letting me play it. He's really just like, no, this is mine. I'm like, yo, where do you think you got that from? You little jerk. So he got Pokopia, which, I've played with him through the game share, which is a game changer, dude. This game sharing. Are you familiar with this?
No, for Switch 2.
Yeah. So if one person has the game on Switch 2, so in this case, Pokopia, anybody with a Switch 1 can play it multiplayer, local, like a LAN party type situation, just without the game. So my wife, myself, and my son, all three of them were playing in his game together, just playing from our Switches, our Switch 1s. It's crazy. I love it. I think it's a really great idea, because he had been using my OG, dude, my release day Switch up until he got this one. And I was like, well, should I sell it? Should I trade it in? And then once we figured out that we could do this game share, like, I'm like, oh, I'm going to keep it. It works great. And there's a whole bunch of games that it does work for. What'd you say?
I wasn't aware of that. So I guess the Switch 2 is doing all the processing part of that, or do you have to like do any kind of downloading on the older Switch?
No, it just like links up, and it must be the Switch 2 really just doing all the work. So yeah, it's really is just like, I don't know how it works. It's magic. You're like wirelessly just jumping into this game and playing it on the screen. So yeah, it's crazy, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, hopefully we'll get some new games. Oh, it was something we talked about here. Want to talk about in the news? Like right after I bought this thing, they announced that they're gonna in Europe. So it's not a total loss. They're gonna be having the they're making Nintendo Switches with the removable battery. Because they have a different, like their right to repair, they have to, like the law says they have to have removable lithium batteries or whatever. And I was like, oh, I really wish I could get that one,
Yeah.
But I think what do you think of that whole thing? Do you think that's something that in America we should be doing as well?
I fully support the right to repair movement. Absolutely. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think it's probably that hard of a thing to do if you did need to just open up the Switch 2 or the Joy-Cons to remove the battery alone. It would be great if they made like hot swappable Joy-Cons or something, since Joy-Con drift is such an issue. I don't know if that's going to be like, if that's something that they've already addressed on the Switch 2 outside of this European only version, because I didn't read anything about this. That seems to be problem number one. 10 years from now, if the lithium ion batteries are going dead, most of your people who are going to do those repairs and stuff weren't going to have that big of an issue with it. Now, I haven't, this is just in production, so I don't think we've actually seen the shots of like how this is going to work, if it's just an easy Phillips head screw in a battery compartment, or if it's like a ejection port kind of battery, or what's going on with it.
I
It'd
think
be interesting to see.
I think I read that it's 8D batteries.
Yeah. So you put the Switch 2 on your shoulder like a
right.
boombox.
It's like a boombox. Yeah, exactly. So you win some, you lose some. But yeah, that is. I think by 2027 they have to, like, everything that, like, iPhones, like all that shit has to have the ability to swap the batteries out, which is I think it's great. I think it's definitely pro consumer, and we should have that here in Trump's America. Who knows? All right. Anything else before we get into the rest of this show?
I'll mention one thing since we were on the subject of simulator games. One of the ones I just picked up as the free game on Epic this week was Electrician Simulator, and I'm looking forward to getting into that one. So maybe more next week on that.
Oh, nice. Is that a playaway game? Do you know?
I don't think so, but it is like a something .sa. So
sure, okay,
same section of the world.
Yeah, all the same assets and everything. So yeah, very cool. All right, well, let's move things along and get into our new releases from last week. All right, first up, Starship Troopers Ultimate Bug War came out on March 16th on PC, PS5, Xbox S and X, and Nintendo Switch 2. This game looks dope. It is a retro, like a boomer shooter, FPS Starship Troopers game. Are you a fan of the Starship Troopers movie?
A little bit. I mean, I don't watch it every year or anything like that.
What do you mean a little bit? Either you yes or no, dude. There's no middle ground of Starship Troopers. It's, you're out there, you're killing bugs.
I'll get yes. I don't hate it.
There we go. Okay. This one is, but it seems like it has that kind of vibe of the OG movie where it's like, it's got that retro quality. It's got all the bugs. There's over 30 different weapons that you can use. And it's a brand new story that's created just for this game. And the cool thing is, if you are like a fan of the OG movie, Johnny Rico, the character from the first one, is in this with like FMV cutscenes where he like talks to you about the war and would you like to know more? It's gonna be shit like that. But yeah, man, it looks like the perfect adaptation of that movie into a video game, and I'm absolutely excited to check it out. It's at a 75 currently on OpenCritic. So I mean, for a Starship Troopers boomer shooter, I think that's a great score, right? Like, you don't expect much.
I mean, I did see like very positive reviews on Steam, but it was only like 716. I don't know. We played that Starship Troopers game that was kind of like a Helldivers extraction shooter a year or two ago. And then I realized, like, when I started looking into it, they've been making like 3 Starship Troopers games a year for the last 20 years. So that sort of cheapened them for me.
It's been insane.
But I mean, yeah, sure. If the reviews speak for themselves, I think we should follow those.
Yes, absolutely. All right, and then the big one, the one that everybody was looking forward to, Crimson Desert came out March 19th on PC, PS5, and Xbox S and X. This is this huge open world action adventure game. A few different playable characters, each with their different fighting style, different weapons, different abilities. There's tons of different weapons you could use, and like it changes your combat style, which for me, like watching gameplay footage of this, like the combat looks great. The combat gave me FOMO because I haven't played this game, but watching people do the fighting, it looks hard hitting, it looks fun, it looks responsive. And yeah, I just wanted to play it based on that. And then on top of that, like it's this huge, I don't know how long it takes to explore this whole game, but it's this huge world with these beautiful graphics, beautiful environments, everything like that. And yeah, it looks awesome. The downsides that I'm hearing, and now the reviews from the critics have been insanely mixed. I've seen very bad reviews and I've seen 10 out of 10s. So it's really weird. But most of the bad reviews are saying that it lacks a lot of depth, a lot of like charm, The story's not great, but it is very ambitious, and it's just this, if you like running around huge open worlds, then this is for you. It's at a 79 on Metacritic, so not a bad score at all. So yeah, what were your thoughts on this one as it came out?
This one just came out of left field for me. I'd never heard of it before it came out, at least that I can remember. So I had no idea what to think going in. But I flipped through some like YouTube Shorts reviews, just getting a bunch of takes in like 30 seconds or less. And yeah, it seemed mixed. Some people
Sure.
are saying like it's fantastic in the open world. One guy said you could spend like 50 hours in just the opening stage or something like that. A lot of people said that the problems that they see
Crazy.
are minimal. It's like little annoyances that might be able to be fixed in the near future. I don't know. I mean, it brings to mind whatever it just was with the Wind, the free to play, the game on like PS4
Where
and
winds
everywhere.
meet.
Where Winds Meet. Yeah, that's the one. It brings that to mind, and especially with one of the reviewers saying like he didn't know if he was doing things as the game intended it, or if he was just kind of brute forcing his way through it. And that's how I felt when I played Where Winds Meet, and that's the biggest like open world game I probably played in a long time. So maybe they're both suffering from the same thing, or if it's even a problem. I'm not convinced to like pick this game up just yet, but
Yeah.
we'll see where the hype goes with it.
Yeah, for sure. This one for me is one that like if it's a I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna like see if there's a sale at some point. I'm gonna watch it, make sure that it's still they're adding stuff to it, because it does look like the action that I'm seeing, it looks fun, it looks enjoyable. One thing that did come out recently that is causing another little bit of hate towards the game is that there were AI assets that were left in the game that they didn't disclose. So it was generative AI that they say was placeholder things that they were intending to swap out before the game got released, that kind of snuck through. They did just respond that they're going to do an audit of all the internal assets of the game, make sure that all the AI stuff has been removed. So people were really upset about that because, on Steam, you have to disclose if there is AI that's in the game, if AI was used to create the game. So, yeah, people were pissed. So they are making steps to correct that. So, all right. And that is it for our new releases from this past week. It's time for our news of the week. All right, first up, we had our latest announcement of games coming to Game Pass. And really, to me, this announcement was really just an acknowledgement of not really needing Game Pass Ultimate anymore. Like, this is like, hey, you could just have Game Pass Premium, the much more inexpensive one, and be just fine, because here's the games that were announced. DreamWorks Gabby's Dollhouse Ready to Party, available on Ultimate and Premium. South of Midnight, now available on Game Pass Premium. Alters, now on Game Pass Premium. Disco Elysium, Premium. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, available on Premium. Absalom, available on Premium, coming March 25th for that one. Nova Roma. Now, this is the only one announced in this wave. This is the first day one game. So, Game Pass Ultimate was always about, you get those day one games or whatever. This is like some shitty like Roman strategy game.
Yeah.
It's on Ultimate, not available on Premium. But then we're going down the line. The Long Dark, March 30th. It's going to be on Premium. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, March 31st. It's going to be on Premium. Barbie Horse Trails, April 2nd. Guess
now
what?
We're getting
You
into
can
the
play
good
it on
stuff.
Premium. Claire Obscure Expedition 33, now on Premium. Now, how long? That's been a while. It has, what has it been? 6 months now since that came out to Ultimate. So, I mean, I guess like if you really want to get in there and play some of these games, then. But to me, man, and then Final Fantasy VI, April 7th, Game Pass Premium. Like, it was just one strategy game that you need Ultimate for. So, I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, a pretty banger month for Game Pass overall. I mean, I think Alters
Gabby
was one of my top
Stylehouse.
5 last year. If yeah, absolutely.
Hmm.
Alters was one of my top. If it wasn't my top 5, it was in my honorable mentions. That's a game I think everybody should try out because I've never
Hmm.
played anything quite like it before. But I mean, so many other ones that are in there. South of Midnight has its own vibe to it, with like almost like the
Love
claymation
that
looking
game.
thing.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and then Like a Dragon, I could play that for hours. Disco Elysium, I'm sure I've not tried it yet, but I'd like to. There was one that was in there
Absalom.
that they. Well, Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is like,
Hmm.
how many Game of the Year awards did that win? But it's coming down a
All of
tier,
them.
so I think you're right. Yeah, premium's the way to go right now, unless you really got to play that PC only game preview of Nova Roma.
Yeah, dude. It's like it's great. So Game Pass Premium is, I don't know, $15 a month, and all Game Pass Ultimate is $30 a month. So um yeah, it doesn't seem like the value is there. That extra 15 a month, for what? So um but to each their own. You do you. You out there, you want those day one games, get in there. But for me, man, yeah, that was like, as I saw this, I'm like, this is just, you don't need the ultimate anymore, which I have until
Yeah,
I think August. And then yeah, I'm gonna get the premium thing. I don't need it. By the time I get a time to play any of these games, it's on premium anyways.
yeah.
All right, moving along. It has been weeks since the last round of layoffs at Ubisoft, so we are due. Now we've just learned that they are laying off 105 more people from the staff of Red Storm Entertainment. It's a 30-year-old studio. They've been around a long time, making lots and lots of games. And yeah, they are now the latest from Ubisoft to be let go. They had worked on the Tom Clancy games, Division, but I feel like the writing was on the wall since like some of the games that they had been working on. Division Heartland, which was the free to play Division game that got canceled. X Defiant was the other game that they worked on that got canceled. And then since then, they've recently just been doing like VR games. They did the Star Trek Bridge Crew VR game, and then Assassin's Creed Nexus VR was their last game that came out, and that was in 2023. So, yeah, it's unfortunate. It's sad to see more layoffs coming to Ubisoft. At this point, if you work for Ubisoft and you weren't laid off, like, get your resume going, get it out there, get out of that place, man. That place I can't imagine having the stress of not knowing if you're going to have a job in a couple of weeks. There's got to be better places to work. So I don't know. What are your thoughts on this whole thing?
Oh, gosh, I mean that could be true for anywhere in the industry right now. It doesn't matter if you just put out a banger game that did record numbers. You might be laid
That's
off
true.
next week. Redundancies,
You know,
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate news, but it's nothing we're not used to seeing. And we skip over a lot of layoff news just because it's so damn
yeah.
depressing. But I think we
Yep.
should keep talking about it every once in a while. Now, one of these studios being kind of specific to VR, would you say, in your opinion, that VR is still kind of like just a niche market within the gaming industry?
Yeah, it never did what I think everybody was hoping it was going to do. And I feel like it's hanging on by a thread, just kind of grasping. There is definitely a core market that does spend lots of money on VR games and stuff. So I don't know. I guess it's still worthwhile, but I don't think there's going to be ever any more. I don't know. I feel like we're done with VR. But I mean, I'm saying all this before like what Steam's new like VR thing is supposed to be coming out. So I guess people are
Yeah.
still, into it. I don't know, man.
I mean, it felt like it took a while, but we had finally gotten to the point where you start to see not just like games that are more of tech demos on it, and you have more full fleshed out experiences where games are
For
starting to
sure.
differentiate themselves from each other. So I'm really interested to see where it goes. It's just so far I've not really found like a what I would consider a worthwhile. Do I do it on the PlayStation? Do I do it on PC? Do I wait for Steam's new thing to come out?
Hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, true that. Yeah, I mean, I have the PSVR 2, and I think the games I play the most on it are a game where you put these giant 3D jigsaw puzzles together, or I play mini golf, or I play like Beat Saber. Like, I'm not in there playing like the shooters or anything like that, the racing games, because like I don't know,
Yeah,
I feel like I get like nauseous pretty easily doing it. So I like it. I like the gimmick, but um I'm not spending a lot of money in there.
yeah. I may have just solved my own question just thinking about it because I think technically my PS5 is probably more powerful than my gaming PC at this point, but it's so limited in what you can play over there and paying money for every single little thing. I think I think I may try to go for the PC side of VR and pick
Hmm.
up one of these like Oculus threes or something, or watch the news on the new Steam when it comes out because also
Yeah.
seen like 3D modeling for 3D printing that people have done in VR, and they've made some like amazing creative work, and that still interests me too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. So yeah, there's definitely like good uses for it. And I think you can probably get one of the Oculus for fairly inexpensive now, especially if you get like a refurbished one or something. I don't know if you just want to try it out. It's probably the way to go. All right. Well, let's move on from the layoffs. Hopefully, everybody that was laid off can, land on their feet, get somewhere good, a little bit safer, um, and just live life free without fear of losing their job. That should just be everybody. But
Yeah.
it's not, especially in this world. And like you said, yeah, man, there's like the last week when we didn't do the show, there was a whole bunch more layoffs that I was not looking forward to talking about because it really does really bring down all the energy. So
Yeah.
the very little energy that I do bring to this show. All right, let's get some energy pumping into this show and talk about a few new game announcements. The first one, Minecraft, they had a showcase talking about different things coming to Minecraft, like some updates to the actual game. But one of the new things they announced was a sequel to Minecraft Dungeons 2, coming sometime in 2026, and it was just like a little teaser, basically just showing the world. Did you ever play the Minecraft Dungeons?
I don't think so. I played that one that was like a weird siege tower kind of thing, but I think that's something else. Realms maybe.
Um, no, was that? I think that was this, right? Where like you have to like control the groups. Was that this one?
Yeah, I was thinking Minecraft Dungeons was more of like a Diablo like thing.
Yes, you are correct. Um, yeah, because I played one of them with my son, and I was Minecraft Legends. Maybe that's the one that's like,
That's the one.
yes, that's the one where I think you got to control your. It's more of like a strategy game where you have different groups of mobs and stuff like that. Yeah, Minecraft Dungeons, that one we did try out. Yes, and it is more like a dungeon crawler hack and slash type game you could play. That one was a lot of fun. So I know he's looking forward to the next one in the group. But yeah, Minecraft, they're still doing it. They're still putting out quality stuff. It's all it's all the same to me. But
Yeah.
there's a market for it. All right, and then last up, a game just announced called Hoarder, which this trailer, man, what a roller coaster ride. So it starts off and it's got like horror vibes to it, and then you get to this place and you got to clean up after this hoarder, and it becomes like a cleaning simulator where you're going through all this junk, throwing things away, cleaning things up, and then it becomes like this insane like psychological horror game. It looks crazy. I want to know what you thought of this one.
Oh yeah. Oh, I really liked going through that roller coaster on
Yeah,
the trailer for this.
literal roller
And I'm
coaster.
thinking like, oh, it's just going to turn into like a house cleaning simulator, and everything's going to turn all like sparkly clean. Well,
Yeah.
no, not exactly. It seems like this is the home of a crazy person who has hoarded, and they're not crazy because they hoarded, but they're like having extraterrestrial contact or something. And then you start cleaning and you start discovering these different artifacts. Maybe this person wasn't crazy after all. Maybe there was some truth to the matter. You're discovering like voice recordings and things. So there's a big mystery horror element to it. I think it does it right. A lot of these simulator games that we play always like try to chuck aliens and stuff in there
Sure.
for no apparent reason. And this one is kind of like capitalizing on that and making a true horror thing out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great idea. Like, I think it's a great idea. I hope that they can execute it properly. I hope it's a well-made game, and it's an enjoyable game more than anything. I mean, at first I was like, yeah, I was sold on just the cleaning up part. Like, now they really need to make that horror aspect really good, because like if I'm really like excited about the cleaning and then they take me out of that and I'm like, no, I just
Yeah.
want to clean more. Like, it's got to be good to make me want to stick around,
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. There was no date for that one. That one was just announced trailer, but I don't think there was a release date. So hopefully, we'll get it maybe by Halloween or something, and it could be a fun, spooky game to play, for October. So anything I could do in game to avoid like actually cleaning in real life,
Yes.
So just let me clean in the video game world, because my house
Yeah.
looks
Well,
very similar to this house.
oh yeah, in your gamer bedroom is what I was thinking with all the fast food everywhere.
Yep, exactly. It's just fast food and stuffed
Kiss
animals.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I got. You got anything else?
Nah, unless you want to get into this whole DLSS5
Dude,
thing,
I thought about adding it in there. Okay, give me your opinion then on what you saw. Okay, so for the uninitiated, the new update to DLSS5 is out, where they're using AI to upgrade visuals for games. What did you think of the shit that they showed?
All right, we've got to tread carefully as to avoid death threats that have been sent about people's opinions on this.
Are you serious? I haven't even seen that.
Yeah, apparently so.
This community is the worst.
Yeah, it's the never AI people. The never AI, like all AI is slop, and there's never any good use for it. There's no reason to have it, whatever. I don't fall into that camp of as I've talked previously on here. I think there's good uses for it. This is just I don't really care use. As far as I understand, this is just an option that you can turn on and off. And I'm not sure if that's always on the consumer end or if it's the developer's end. They put this into the game baked in somehow, but it's optional. And at the end of the day, you have the option of playing their game or not. And that's how I feel about it. But I don't know. I've already been like just given a bunch of shit over sharing that opinion. So I don't know.
Yeah, to me, like, it wasn't enough. Like, I mean, it's cool. It makes it look very realistic, but like lifeless. It does remove. There's like an uncanny valley thing going on that I don't like. I think it's like it's having the opposite effect, where it's like, okay, wow, this looks great for a video game, but like it doesn't. It lacks any depth or soul or heart that maybe could have even been in there from what was created by the developers. So I don't know. It didn't really do enough to me to be like, yeah, we have to have this. So yeah.
And as far as I know, it's not really practical right now, and I don't really understand the use case for it. Everybody who's concerned about it says this is just going to allow companies to fire the artists and use like cheaper made graphics, less graphically intense versions of graphics, and then use the DLSS5 to upscale and just overhaul those graphics for cheap or nothing. But this is still requiring like two 5090s to run, which is like the most expensive card out there. So if you're investing multiple thousands of dollars to even use this technology, I don't know. we're a little ways out, and I think we're going to need to see some use cases before I'm going to either poo-poo it or give it a thumbs up.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, if it's AI that is going to be taking, hardworking individuals' jobs, then again, there's good AI that is helpful to do things behind the scenes and stuff like that. But if you're going to be taking artists that put like their blood, sweat, and tears into these games and replacing it with this lifeless AI, and then I'm absolutely like that's where I draw the line. And again, it didn't do enough for me to be like, yeah, we need this. We need to figure this out, because I think games look fine. They look great. They don't need this extra layer of like sheen. It's the same as like you go through TikTok and you're looking at actual real life people, and every single person you see on TikTok has like a filter applied to them, and you don't know what's real anymore. It's like I just want something that's a little bit like based in reality, whether it's a video game, where I know this is it. Nothing needs to look immaculate every time, and I think it doesn't need to look perfect every time for me. Just give me something that has soul, give me something that has heart, and that's where I'm sold on it.
And I agree with you there. Like, graphics are not everything to me in a video game. Obviously, there's a whole section of video games that just go back to the very first days of video games, and they're doing just fine. So we don't have to upscale everything. We don't have to have the best looking everything. But I do enjoy having options. And if this is like something that can be baked into every game retroactively, and I want to go back and I want to experience like Minecraft, but see what this does with it, just experimentally, and just see what happens when you run this on a game like that, and see what the mobs end up looking like. I like to have the option.
Oh man, yeah. Can you imagine the villagers just look super handsome?
Looks just like the Minecraft movie.
Yeah. Exactly. Yes, but yeah. I'm glad we brought it up because it was like I kept going back and forth. I'm like, do we want to get into this? But yeah, no, I'm glad I got to hear your thoughts on it. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that going forward. The anti-AI community is so intense in video games that I feel like it's not going to get anywhere. I didn't know there was death threats being thrown around on top of that too. Well, so yeah,
when you take two extremes, like just gamers in general, the gaming community, and then the anti-AI community, and you smash them together, it's an atomic bomb going off.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for checking out this episode of Gaming News Weekly. Make sure you go over to YouTube. Pop Culture Playground is the name of the channel. Subscribe to that side. You can see the trailers of the games we've been talking about right here on the YouTube video. Or if that's not your thing and you just want to listen on the go, anywhere podcasts are found, just type in GNW, and you'll get access to Gaming News Weekly. Make sure again you subscribe. That way it's there. It's ready for you. When you're, ready to listen. It's just there. You don't have to download anything or remember to do that. It's just like you bam, hit play, and you get to listen to us talking shit. So yeah, it's definitely, it's free. What the fuck are you doing? It's free quality information. So yeah, that's all I got. And then occasionally, putting stuff on TikTok. So if you are inclined, follow us over at TikTok as well. And that's it. Full clip. Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right. Well, thank you so much. We'll see you next week with more video game news. Bye-bye.